and see what happens as the Belladonnas continue clearing the castle of whatever it says.
Yeah,
Naerytar?
Naerytar. That's no one really know. No one in my experience knows how to pronounce the name of the castle. So everybody kind of just goes like Castle Naerytar.
It looks like it says Naerytar.
I mean, that sounds.
Naruto?
Yeah, Castle Naruto. As you guys, they're Castle Naruto. Believe it. We'll go with the really bad 4Kids.
Well, that's the name of this episode, is Castle Naruto.
Alright, everybody has to run, crouch down with their arms back like this. Completely, as completely non-aerodynamic as that is. That's how everyone moves. Even Roswyn in her turtle shell runs with her arms back and her wings down low as you guys run through the castle.
Yes.
Okay, so hello, Internet, we're live. I see there's a handful of folks who, people are starting to trickle in. I guess welcome back, folks, to Hoard of the Dragon Queen. It's been a while, right? It's been like almost a month since we played last because we had the holiday. It's only every other week at the start, so it's like mid-December was the last time we actually played. So we are going to give you guys... Go ahead, sorry.
What were we doing again? We were like in a pile of puppies eating cotton candy, right? Nothing bad.
Yeah, no, nothing bad. That's totally what you can think is happening. So we are going to give you guys a little bit of a recap on what's going on. So before we do that, though, because it has been a little while, and there's been some changes on that front, and then folks in the chat as well, let us know if the volume in the background is okay compared to our voices, just so that we're aware of that. But why don't we just go around real quick and just a quick introduction, because it's a new year, it's a new game for some people that are, new regulars, because everybody's joining because we have the giveaway going on, which I won't belabor the giveaway, but I will put the link in the chat if anybody wants to enter that. It goes for 2 weeks. So, Katie, you're up first on my overlay, so why don't you tell people a little bit about who you are, and then, the elevator pitch on who Roswyn is.
Okay, hi, I'm Katie, Lazy Mermaiden, if you're in the Discord. I don't really do much other than hang out here on Nerd Immersion. My character is Roswyn. She is a tiefling Circle of Dreams druid, and she's a cute little boot who just wants to love everybody and to eat pie. And she's got a cool turtle shell armor thing now, so, we're getting cooler as we go.
Sure.
Leveling up.
As you do. All right, so, Light, what about you?
You can find me on my channel, Light Nevea. And same thing on Twitter. I am currently Sunday nights I DM now, and it's been fun. Tuesday nights I play 2 different characters, yes, sometimes at the same time. A monk and a paladin. That's been fun, and of course you can catch me here every other Monday as a lovely human barbarian named Lux. She rages. She shines gold.
Yep.
And yeah.
All right. What about you, Laura? You're next on the list. Can you hear us at all? And does your internet work enough to give that?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I can't, but right now I can.
All right.
Hi, I'm Laura. You can find me on Twitter at When in Rome. Right now, this is the only streaming that you'll see me on, but I play Odella, who is an Azamar sorcerer. She likes to tell everybody else that she's human, but right now the Belladonnas have learned her true secret. It was my attempt at playing a super charismatic character, and that I am not super charismatic, so forgive me.
It is. It's a learning.
That's about me in a nutshell.
We're learning. Odella's learning as Laura's learning. It's all good. All right, and then last but certainly not least, Liz, why don't you give us who you are and tell us about Mir and all that good stuff.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So who am I? That doesn't matter.
Oh, well, all right then.
I'm the character. I mean, I don't do any other games. I don't stream.
No, and you love murder. We learned that one time.
And I do love murder. And when it's finally done, I'll show you all my murder pictures that are going up in my basement bar.
Oh, there we go. If you're curious about that, make sure to look up
pictures of dead people.
Look up the Hoard of the Dragon. I don't know if she's lying. That's what's the scary part. I don't know if she's lying. I've known her for a long time, and I don't know if she's lying.
Well, yes, besides that, my character is Mir, a tabaxi rogue, which I find out is the best kind of rogue. And she has a sordid past, and she does not say much, but she does occasionally cripple people if she has to. If they run.
Yes, there is much in the way of the hamstring.
And she has an affinity for cuddles.
As one would expect from a cat.
Certainly.
Rogue.
That's my boo.
Yeah, yes. There's
OTP.
yes, there's much in the way of in-stream, in-game cuddles. So, alright, so what happened last time? Because it's been a while, the Belladonnas have gone through a couple of roster changes over time. I'll give you guys sort of the day one to current concise version, because we have some new folks. So basically, this is Hoard of the Dragon Queen. That's this book right here, the very first campaign released by Kobold Press. That being said, mechanically, book-wise, as the first game, it was riddled with just issues, using old nomenclature that they don't use in Wizards of the Coast in 5th edition, like talking about how the enemy's readiness is high, which is not a thing that they use anymore. It just means that they can't be surprised. Like, that's things that I have to deal with in the book. Like, see, my book is, like, highlighted, and there's scribbles and stuff, because it's just poorly done. But anyway, they started off in the town of Greenest. This is set in the Forgotten Realms on the Sword Coast. Basically, the group determined and found out that there's this cult, the Cult of the Dragon, which is odd, but they self-identify as a cult, which I feel like defeats the purpose of being a cult. But they flat out tell you right up front, like, hey, we're in a cult, but, like, maybe we're not evil? I don't know, it's weird. But that's a thing that they do. So they tracked them from ransacking small towns and gathering goods and things, and tracked them eventually to their camp. From their camp, they found they had a hatchery where they were trying to hatch baby dragons. And I won't spoil too much because I'm very quickly glossing over a lot of interesting character development that happened during this dragon hatchery experience. Basically, should we save the dragon egg? Should we not? Big party split on that decision. Then we went to some small towns and had some pie and made pie with a ghost lady, and everybody had bath time. And then there was a unicorn mask. And that was weird. And then people won some money in a bunch of tournaments. Then we left that. Then we went on a caravan ride for an eternity to go from Baldur's Gate up to Waterdeep. So that took like a year and a half in the real world. In the game, it took like 6 months. Or actually 6 weeks, I think. But it took them forever. The party made a lot of friends. That's where they met Mir on that process. They found some people. They became friends with all these NPCs. A lot of them got murdered by spider people. Then they found out there were some sketchy folks. There's an undead beholder, or a dead beholder rather, in the cart of the cult. They don't know what that was about. That disappeared. They buy every suite in every town they go to. If the hotel has like a suite with a fancy in-room bathtub, they buy that every time. So they eventually made it north of Waterdeep, and then decided they were going to travel. I think they went north of Neverwinter as well, to try and track where the cult was going. That was their mission. Don't spook them, but find out where things are going and why. So they've been tracking this caravan full of just treasure. Found it, led underneath the city back into the Mirror of Dead Men, a big nasty swamp, and they found a bunch of lizard folk who were oppressed by bullywugs, and then they tracked all that stuff into this Castle Naerytar, which is the castle that Castle Naerytar, as we're calling it affectionately, because that's how you spell it. And we were like, it sounds like Naerytar, and then now it's Castle Naerytar. So that is done. And that's where we leave the party now. So they've been going through this castle, clearing it out, essentially. They have taken out a handful of bullywugs. They rallied the lizard folk to their cause, and the lizard folk are fighting with them because their leader, and the leader shaman, who everybody seems to be a huge fan of because of his spellcasting choices. They've been making their way through, checking on various things. They got attacked by some centipedes for a little bit there, so that was fun. And they convinced a poop monster to eat some other things. There was an Otyug in one room, and they're like, he's like, I'm so hungry, and they're like, cool, we'll feed you, and he's like, oh, all right, cool. And then they were just like, all right, cool, we're gonna go buy, and he's like, all right, thanks for the food. Which is, if there's any way to describe how the Belladonnas deal with something, that's probably the best bet. A rickety bridge over just a puddle of refuse, hiding a nasty monster that just devours garbage and wants to eat people and is hungry. So they're like, oh, sorry, big monster guy, you're hungry. Here's food. Can we go buy? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, okay, cool. And then that was it. So, yes, so that happened. So, we've gone through various levels. So they've learned thus far that the castle itself has at least 3 layers, and they've basically cleared the majority of, I think, of the first and the second, but they went up into a room, and let me just make sure I'm in the right room here. Basically, yes, they're in the 3rd floor, which is over here. This is I guess this is like the northwest spire, if you think about a castle with 4 towers on each corner. This is the northeast one, and which I didn't put you guys in, which I will do right now. So that is over here. Which, as they were moving around, a bunch of ghosts came out. And that's where we left off last time. So, I guess did we roll initiative last time or no? I don't think we did. Okay. So why don't we start off by doing that? Did the map not change for you guys? You know what? You're right. Thank you, Laura. It didn't. You guys are right here. Boom. Sorry. So you guys are up in this corner. It's a tiny little room, as you can see, but the maps in this game are ridiculous. So it's actually a 40-foot by 40-foot room, even though it looks like that big on the map. All right. So let's get some stuff here. No, the ghost is not wielding pie. That was Daryl Strawberry's mom. Daryl Strawberry's mom.
Martha Strawberry.
Martha Strawberry. She wields the pie. So let's see. Odella has add you guys like 4 times in the initiative tracker. If you guys can even see each other. Let's see. Mirror got a 20. This is a 24. And Lux got a 10. Alright, lizard folk dudes. 2. Awesome. So they're gonna be at a 5. And then the bad guys are gonna roll here. They got a 6. So
do you want me to roll for my lions, or do you want me to go? Do you want them to go at the same time as me? I can't remember what we were doing.
Well, we have them in there, but if you want to have them go on the same turn as you, I'm fine with that. Just so that it's easier for you to keep track of. But it's up to you. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so the lions will go with you, and these guys got also. Bad guys got a 6. Alright, so let's just reorder that. Oh, Mir's supposed to have the 24. Why is that not adjusting? Okay. Right, yeah. So, alright, so these guys are purplish, translucent. They have crazy white hair. Let's see if you guys can make out these images here. It kind of looks like that.
Oh, spoopy. I don't like it.
So that's what they look like. There are 4 of them, did I say? There are 3. Sorry. Oh, no, there's 4. My mistake.
I like 3 better. Can we go back to 3?
That's okay. The book originally says 6.
Holy fuck. Yep,
And
I'm good.
there's only 4 corpses in the room, but the book's like, and there's 6 of them.
What?
Yeah, again, riddled with typos, and also this encounter with 6 of this would kill pretty much any party of what should be in this level.
All I can think is whoever was typing this probably sneezed a lot and didn't go back.
Well,
You know, that 6 is fine.
well, you guys were in that one lizard folk room. The book says 12, they're supposed to be 20. Like, in the other direction. You guys remember, not to get off track too much, guys, but you guys remember the roper in the dragon hatchery that talked to you guys and was like, I'm so hungry.
Mm-hmm.
They left out, like, part of the errata where they went back and fixed it was the fact that it could talk and didn't want to hurt people. Like, they forgot, like, oh, just that little tidbit they left out.
Didn't we feed that one too?
Yes, you did.
Feeding everyone. Ending world hunger, the Belladonnas.
Yes. All right. So, Mir is up first. There are these 4 kind of spectral purple ghost creatures have arisen from the corpses on the floor. And they seem to be menacing. Let's throw that out there. What would you like to do? That'll be gift forever. I'm an idiot. You should learn this internet.
Someone clip that in chat.
How far away am I?
The room is about. You guys came up the spiral stair or the trapdoor staircase. The room is about 40 feet by 40 feet. So you guys will say you guys are pretty much in the center, and they're kind of like in the 4 corners of the circle, if that makes sense, right? So like they're like in a square within the circle. So you guys are probably at most 20 feet away from one at a moment. The most you could ever be would be just shy of 40 if you were like diagonally across the room from them.
And are there any ledges in the room?
No, this room unfortunately is just like this seems to be the ceilings are about 10 feet tall. It appears there's a large table with some charts and scrolls and stuff on it, but there is no like true ledge. Like you could climb on top of the table if you wanted, I guess. Or under the table, I guess, if you'd rather try to hide under the table, that's an option you could have as well.
And they're in all 4 corners.
Correct. Of the circle, yes.
Hey. I guess Mir will run over to one corner, like the right top corner.
Sure.
And attempt to use short sword.
Okay. Well, you so go ahead and make an attack there with your luck blade, which is a 24, so that's great. So go ahead and roll your damage. It is not sneak attack, though, because you don't have an ally within 5 feet. Unless you have... Well, you already rolled, so that's too late for that. So go ahead and just roll your damage.
No sneak attack.
No sneak attack. So that is 11 points. It does... You do actually... Which is surprising to you, because this thing is ethereal and kind of incorporeal. When you swing with this blade, perhaps it's the magic that's enchanting it, or something like that. You do actually feel impact from the sword hitting something. and that actually does do a seemingly sizable amount of damage. You can't really tell though because it's an ethereal thing, so you can't judge how well it's doing. Yes, and to Katie's point in the chat, you could do your bonus action with your offhand or throw your dancing sword and have that attack, but that is a magic weapon, so that would it fights for you and then it counts as an ally for sneak attack purposes. If you wanted to do that. So you can still do that now because you only use your action to attack.
Okay, I will do that. I need to.
So the dancing sword should be an attack in there as well.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that.
Sorry, I didn't have that like.
It should be one of the attack options for you in the. Oh, you didn't have it. I got you. So you should be able to just hit that and then bust out the dancing sword.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming against the same guy.
Yeah.
Okay. An 11, unfortunately, does not hit. But it is activated, so you guys see this floating rapier just, like, floating around this guy. So it counts as an ally, but that was your action and your bonus action. So that will do it for Mir. The bad guys, they have a 6, so I don't know what the hell happened there. Why everything reset on me here. So, Odella, you have an 18, so you are up next. Oh, wait. Yes. Actually, you and Roswin are tied. I don't know who you want. Who's got the higher dex?
Roswin has the higher dex.
Okay, so Roswin, go ahead. You go first, then. You're muted, Katie.
I knew that. I'm getting used to this new thing.
Sure.
I'm going to...
You also have a crit, by the way, Katie? Sean.
Yes, I saw.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much, Sean. Alright, I'm gonna, because I've never used this and I kind of want to, I'm gonna do conjure animals. And I'm gonna conjure 2 dire wolves.
Okay, yep. You have 2 dire wolves. So that's a thing. Or are you still a wolf? Or no, you're knocked out.
No, I'm not. I got knocked out.
Okay. So you conjure 2 dire wolves. So what does your conjuration magic look like? How does this visually appear as you summon wolves from nature?
I'm gonna like meld them like flowers just appear before her hands, and she goes poof, and they just poof out into 2 dire wolves.
All right, so these flowers poof into 2 dire wolves. That was your action to cast the spell, but they still they get to act now. So,
Okay.
What would you like to have them do?
I'm gonna have them attack the one that Mirror's on.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an attack for one of your dire wolves. First, we'll see how that does.
Dice out here. All right, so we got a D20 plus 5, so that's a 17.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit. So I think their attack is 2d6. I think is the damage plus 4 or 3.
6 plus 3.
Okay, got it. So let's see how that does. All right, so it bites into it, but it's not as substantial as you wanted it to be. It seems as though non-magical things seems to be resisted to. It also does not get knocked prone because it's hovering.
Fair enough.
But you do have a second wolf, so go ahead.
20 plus 5, so that's 16.
Yep, that hits. So even though it doesn't seem to take enough, like, full damage from a dire wolf, that's enough as this one bites into it and the 2 wolves together just... The spirit shreds into nothingness and dissipates. They still have...
Good job, puppies.
They still have probably 20 feet of movement left. Do you want to move them anywhere?
Yeah, I'll move them up to the next one.
Okay, cool. Alright, then Odella, it is gonna go... Oh, unless you had anything you wanted to do as a bonus action.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, Odella.
Okay, I'm gonna send the lions up to the same ones the dire wolves are at. Same
Okay.
one that the die rolls are at.
All right, so puppies and puppies and
Puppies and
lion-
kitties.
puppies and kitties.
Yeah,
Pack,
circle 'em.
pack tactics for days. Oh, I forgot you would have had pack tactics on those attacks, Katie.
I didn't need it. That's why I didn't
That's
mention
true. Well, the lions have pack tactics, so go ahead.
That's sad.
9 will miss, unfortunately. A 14 will hit though, so go ahead and roll damage.
Well, 24, but
Oh yeah, you're right. 24. Even 14 would hit too. Now
Yeah.
you know. So 24 will hit for 5 slashing damage to this guy. I don't believe that these are considered magic, even though they're created from.
they're not. I looked.
Okay.
That's what I was searching while I was
Thank
like,
you
no,
for
Roswin
looking.
can go first because I was looking for
Alright. Well,
magical.
I appreciate that. So it does some damage, but not much. And it
And
can't
you
get knocked
said that
prone.
they can't- Okay. And then for.
So that was just their turn. So now you still have your
Yeah.
action and your bonus action.
So I am going to use. Let's see here. What do I got left? Been using a lot of stuff. I am going to use. I'll use my wand of magic missiles. I'll use. Let's see, 2 charges on it.
Okay, so that is 4d4 plus 4.
And then I will send it 2 to the one that the lions hit, and then 2 to another one.
Okay, so go ahead.
There's 3 in here, not 4. Or you
Correct.
said there's 4?
There was 4. There is now 3.
Oh, okay. So let's see here.
Seven to the kitties. And 7. Oh, that's nice and easy to keep track of. To the other one. Okay. And that was your action to activate the wand. Did you want to do anything else?
Yes.
Okay.
I will use my quicken spell
Mm-hmm.
to. What do I want to use? Which one do I want to use? Which one do I think will be good?
I don't know. This is Castle Naerytar after all. You have to think
I know.
what would be the best move here.
I was like, I've never fought ghosts before. I don't know what to do.
What quicken jutsu do you want to pull out on these
I will
these ghosts?
guiding bolt.
Okay, which one?
Let's see here.
You've-
46.
2 of them have been damaged. 1 is untouched.
I'll do the untouched one. I know this sounds crazy that I'm just like spreading damage all over the place, but I don't know how much. I know that 2 dire wolves just killed one, so I'm gonna.
Well, 2 dire wolves and a rogue.
And a rogue.
And a rogue
Oh, okay.
with double magic weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, sure. So go ahead, make me an attack roll against the other guy.
Well, then I'll hit the one that I hit that doesn't have the dire wolves and the cats around it.
Okay. So
No,
go ahead
that's-
and make me an attack roll with your guiding bolt here. Let's see how you do.
11. Boo.
11 misses, unfortunately. Were you to tell me it was 12,
well,
then it would have hit.
Yeah.
So, guiding bolt shoots past, and unfortunately misses. All right. With that, it's gonna go to Lux.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna use.
Oh, your
I'm gonna
thing.
use my favorite by the gods.
Oh, so then
and
it
I'm
adds
going
at least 1, so that's fine. So it hits. Congratulations.
Get it, girl.
It adds 2d4, so therefore it adds at least 1. The DM said, wondering if he hadn't said that it missed by
Yeah.
1, whether she would have used it. But that's fair. So go ahead and roll.
Well, no,
your-
I was looking to see whether I could have anything to add because I was like 14 hit, so I was like,
Go ahead
do I have
and
anything?
roll your damage for your guiding bolt. Let's see how we do here. All right. So the guy that you had softened up a little bit, gets blasted with this bolt of, and more of a Dragon Ball Z than a Naruto kind of light here, beam, but gets blasted, and he is glowing with this kind of golden light around him that the next attack against him has advantage. But he is still there. Okay.
And now,
Gotcha.
Now
Lux
it's
will
Light's
kill it.
turn. Go ahead. What does
Okay.
Lux like to do?
Hold on. Okay. So, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Because I keep muting myself.
You're
So for my reaction, I'm going to go into a rage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep, reaction rage, done.
For my bonus action, I'm casting heroes on myself.
Hey, look at you go. Alright, so that gives you an amount of temporary hit points, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember how many.
It says,
Oh, I think it's like a strength thing, right? I said that uses your strength for that.
yeah.
So let us see. I'll pull up the spell real quick. Heroism. Temporary hit points equal to... So you get temporary hit points equal to your strength mod.
Okay, so 4. Huh.
So you have 4 temporary hit points. Those do not... actually... Okay, they go away when the spell ends, but
Yeah.
that is up to, I think, a minute.
Yeah.
Alright, so you have that, and you're also immune to fear. For up to a minute. So you're still concentrating on it, but that's going on. So all of those things have happened.
Yeah.
Now you still have your action. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go smack one of them.
Okay. One is completely untouched. One has 2 wolves and 2 lions around it. And another one just got blasted with a guiding bolt, and it is lit up so that it had the next attack has advantage. Your call, which one you'd like to go for.
You said the one that has advantage?
There is one that has advantage. It is nothing is around it. It has, but the next attack against it has advantage. Yes.
Okay, I'll go to that one.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a raging greatsword swing at advantage. A natural 20 will hit. So go ahead and yeah. So 27. Even though you swing and you're like, this isn't a magic blade, it probably won't do as much. Nope. And you just brute force through the magic resistance as you just dissipate this specter. So there is 2 left now. There's one that's been untouched, or one that has not been touched, and the one that is surrounded by the cuddle puddle of puppies and kitties.
Yep, I'm going to go to the ones that... I'm going to go to the one that hasn't been touched.
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll. This is just a regular attack roll against this guy. 25 is still good enough, though. So go ahead. So 19, so it's going to be 10 points, because it's cut in half. So that's fine. So that you again, you feel like there's a little resistance, but it is not full damage. But you do manage to swing through it. Did you have anything else that you wanted to do? I don't know if you can. So you did a lot of things. All right, so then it works out that it actually is Snapjaw and Snapjaw's shaman, who I don't believe we gave a name to. Is their
His name's
turn.
just Spirit Guardian's machine.
Spirit Guardian's machine. Yep. So it's their turn. So Snapjaw's gonna go first. He's gonna attack. And he's gonna attack 3 times, and he's gonna hit 3 times, and he uses a trident, and I think a trident is a d6, but can you wield a trident with 2 hands? I feel like you should be able to, but we're just gonna check on that. I feel like I should know, because literally one is used every week. Well, they can use them 2-handed. So, and then we have d6. Oh boy, that is some just hot fat crap for damage. So 5, 5, 5. Great. So he does minimal damage, but does some damage as he stabs with his trident and slashes with his claws. Oh wait, he does an extra 3d6 damage because he skewered them with his trident, which is the thing that he can do as a king of the lizard
That a
folk.
boy.
So that actually does manage to put him over as he stabs through the ghost, and somehow this gives him temporary hit points. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense, but it does when he skewers them. So it is undead again, and then it is Spirit Guardian's machine. It's his turn against the last one. So that last guy's got to make a dexterity saving throw versus his Sacred Flame here. Or no, wait. I'm sorry. He has Produce Flame. And does he have any other spells that are of use? No. So he's going to throw Flame at this guy with a 14.
Hey, he did it.
And he is a 5th level spellcaster, so that's 2d8. That's 14 points. So the thing is still up because it's resistant to the fire damage as well. Then it's their turn. Whoa, they actually get to go.
Holy moly.
So this Spectre is just not happy. But let's also remind you that this Spectre is surrounded by 2 lions and 2 wolves. So it's gonna reach out for a lion. It's gonna try to hit the lion with a 16. Right, I think that's gonna hit the lion.
Does it hit the lion, Laura?
Pretty sure it does.
It has a 12 armor
Yeah,
class.
so the lion's gonna take 11 points of necrotic damage. And then I need the lion to make me a Constitution saving throw.
No, lion.
Lion is gonna
No,
fail.
lion.
So that lion's maximum hit points is reduced by 11.
Holy.
So whatever its normal hit points are 11 less, and that's the most it can heal until it finishes a long rest. That's its whole turn. So, Mir, it's your turn.
I literally don't know how to change that.
That's fine. Just keep note. It probably won't matter. Mir, it is your turn. There is one Spectre left, surrounded by kitties and puppies, and yeah.
Do I get like an advantage because I'm pissed off that it hit a cat?
I appreciate where you're at, and no. But you do get to make an attack if you want, and it will be sneak attack if you hit, because you have plenty of allies around it.
Well, so do I have to roll for that other sword again?
You can if you want. You can send that in first. It's really up to you.
Yeah.
It stays with you. It flies around for a minute, and then it falls to the ground, and you can pick it up, and you can just do that again. So that is unlimited times you can do that. It just stays up for a minute at a time.
Okay, I will.
It also can fly, so it like floats.
Let me put that on my bar. Alright, I'll use that one.
Okay. 12 will hit, so go ahead and roll damage, and that is sneak attack.
Oops, wait, I didn't.
Well,
It didn't give me a choice.
it didn't give you. I didn't give you. You know what? I didn't put it in there. So go ahead and roll me 3d6.
Oops. Still figuring out these commands. There we go.
All right, so 20 points of magic damage to this last Spectre. It just gets pierced by this rapier, and it just it's gone. You guys have taken care of the super scary Spectres that did a whole lot of nothing. Mostly because their initiative rolls were just garbage. But yeah, you guys are now in this room, and you can feel free to check it out if you would so choose. You guys are out of combat now.
Can I investigate?
You sure can. Make me an investigation.
I would like to guidance myself and investigate.
Make me an investigation check then.
15.
All right, 15. As you look around, you see 4 bodies on the floor, but they are basically powdery bones. Like if you touch them, they just kind of like dissipate, and like tatters of clothes. Clearly, the bodies of whatever these specters came out of have been here for a long time. Let's see. I'm gonna. What else do we have? there is, again, as I said, there is a table, a large table, and star charts in scroll racks around the walls there. Did you want to check those out?
Yes, I would like to check those out.
Okay, so most of the paper, as you start to pick it up, begins to crumble into dust because it's been so used. But 3 of them are sturdy enough to actually be taken and carried. One of these star charts is drawn on parchment. One is scribed on a clay disc, and one is etched on thinly rolled copper. You get the feeling that these would be worth probably... you know what? No, sorry. Lux, you know immediately by looking at these that this would be worth 700 gold pieces to a proper astrologer.
Here, open up your portable hole.
Yeah, I'll let them know. I'll let them know that this will be definitely worth a lot of gold.
I put them in a hole.
What else is in my hole right now?
Oh my god, we put so much in your hole.
How much? What was in there?
We put in volumes upon volumes of books. At some point, we had a bunch of chests in there. Yeah, we got room, girl.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm just so all right. So you guys have stuffed some star charts in Mir's hole. You've cleared the room of spooky ghosts. What would you guys like to do while you still have your lions? You still have the lions. You still have the wolves. Wolves last for an hour concentration, and for the next 52 seconds, Lux is raging. So what would you guys like to do? Clear all the things.
Yeah.
So again, the room that you're in is a singular room. You can run back down if you want, and I believe this is the room that was above the spooky monster place with the poop monster.
Poop monster?
I could be wrong. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
It was. So basically, you guys can run down as fast as you can, out through, get away from, what?
I was like, can't catch me on the gingerbread man.
Yeah, absolutely. You totally can if you want with your 40 feet of movement. So you guys can basically speed down. You knowing the terrain, I'm going to say you can basically not worry about the rotted out floor that you guys knew was there and run across the vat with the poop monster back into the main, which will put you back on the main floor. So I will adjust the map. Also, if anybody is curious, when I say poop monster, I mean an Otyug, but it's funnier to say poop monster. So
Agreed, monster.
That's why I say it. So you guys are now coming out right here. On this map. I think you guys should be on level 1. Yeah, so you're in basically this northeast corner here. That is where you guys have just run out. And as a point of fact, from what you guys have seen, you basically have cleared out everything in this area except for this sort of like central tower.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to see. I think you guys actually have cleared pretty much everything else. You went through... We found where the spiders were. You did all the office things. You got hit with the acid trap. You fought some cultists in the library. You fought a bunch of bullywugs. Got eaten by the centipedes. Yeah, basically that as far as I could tell, there was the kitchen storage. Yeah, that's basically it. So that's the only place you haven't checked is there.
Yeah. Lux will go ahead and go.
Okay.
Or, start, going up and hopefully people will follow.
Okay. So, you start running into this room. So there is... Let's make sure I'm describing this correctly. There is a door into this central tower here. But it is... it's not locked. So you can just open that up to head into that kind of room there, which looks like the only thing it does is lead to the spiral staircase that goes up, and then there is another door that leads out of there. Or there's basically a door that leads into these 2 rooms here, and then there's a spiral staircase going up. Where would you like to go?
Check out the rooms first.
Yeah, is there anything in there?
First.
Okay. So, so you rage rummage through these rooms as fast as you can. You see there are a bunch of clothes. There is a spell book in there, which you are easily able to rage wrench open, which is inside. It's basically there's a silver inlaid box that inside contains a spell book, which you just, like, the hell with thieves' tools, rage rip this thing open. And
What a
yeah,
girl.
basically, yeah, there's a spell book inside there, but none of you are wizards, so it is not an. It doesn't seem like especially used, but it does seem worn, I guess. Odella, you can make me an Arcana check if you would like, since you are the
Okie
magey type.
Kind of the hell out of that shit.
Ooh, it's gonna be that type of night, guys. It's gonna be that type of night.
All right. Put it in the hole and let's move on.
Yep. All right. So you stuffed the spell book that Odella's like, I'm not even sure if it's actually a spell book, and the 3 of you are like, no, it's clearly a spell book. She's like, I don't know if it is. It might not be though. It might just be a book. You stuff it in your hole, and then you head up the spiral staircase.
Yes.
All right, so let's jump to floor 2. And of course, this map is oriented differently, because why would they keep everything the same? So you guys are in this little central piece here. So you come up in this room to a common room with a writing desk, a padded chair, and a bench. And there is a door leading out of it. Would you guys like to go through the door?
Maybe I should check it for traps first. I don't trust doors.
Yeah.
Okay. Mir, make me an investigation check. Let's see.
I'll
If-
guidance you.
If
The
there's
boop you in the
traps.
butt.
There you go. Butt boop.
How did I not have that on my quick trail? Why not?
I'll roll your
Yeah,
guidance.
go ahead and roll that guidance.
Boop.
1. It is going to be one of those nights.
It's gonna be one of those nights. Except for Lux, who just rips things to shreds.
It does not appear to be trapped.
Nice. Yeah, let's go through that door.
All right. Lux goes through that door with rage. But unfortunately, we're getting towards the end of the rage at this point. Just because it's been like you ran all the way down the stairs, up the first
I
set.
slap her on the butt.
Well, it still only lasts a minute. No matter, like, even if she were to
I
lose
keep
it.
slapping her on the butt.
Okay, you keep slapping her on the butt. It keeps the rage going for its maximum length of time, which is a minute. There's a lot of spanking, so you guys are just like running, and you hear just a lot of, and then like 6 seconds go by, and then there's another spank. Keeps the rage going.
Odella is eyebrow raised.
Lux will finally, when she's like calmed down, she'll be like, "Okay, I'm good. Good."
I slap her on the butt one more time. Go through the door.
All right. So you guys make it through this door. So this is it seems to be a sleeping chamber. There's a bed, a carpet draped table with a wash basin and grooming supplies. You see a comb, a brush, soap, scented water as well. Whoever does this apparently has a little bit of a clearly trying to make themselves a little nicer in this castle in the middle of a swamp. So, so let's see. There's a raven. Sorry, rugs cover most of the floor. There's also a stool by the grooming station. There's a raven in a large cage that squawks loudly enough to be heard outside, but it's just squawking. And you killed everybody else, so it can't wake anybody up. So it's squawking. There's a squawky raven. Let's see. And then yeah, there is yeah, if you guys want to take a look around for anything else specifically, you can.
I mean, nothing in particular. Just look around the room.
Okay, make me an investigation check, Roswell.
Investigation. Hey, not bad. 19.
As you're looking around, you guys see that it is you see clothing as you guys are just generally looking through. It seems to be elven make, the clothing in the wardrobe. Various personal effects, but Roswin, you're looking around and you notice that under the rug on the floor. Oh man, I think we just got we got a sub there. So Sean just threw us a sub.
Hey.
Gotta love Amazon Prime. Which again, subscribers to our Twitch channel get 10 extra entries into our giveaway if you'd like to join into that. Which is another reason to blow your Amazon Prime subscription on the channel, so you can get 10 extra entries in the giveaway. But anyway, you notice that under the rug there's actually a loose floorboard. And you pull the floorboard aside and there's a box, a locked box, underneath the floorboard that you find.
Ooh. I give it to Mir to try to open.
Alright, Mir, give me a Thieves' Tools check.
Got this, girl. You just took expertise, didn't you?
She had that. She had that in Thieves' Tools already.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Just put the exclamation point on the other side, Sean. Then it works. There we go.
Yeah.
Alright, so Light, you have a crit as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, 21, you just pop this thing right open, and inside this box is 200 gold pieces. I don't know who's keeping track of gold, but I'll slow it just so. 200 gold pieces, 200 silver pieces, and 100 precious stones worth 100 gold each that Lux can easily tell you that that's what they're worth.
Do you write that down, Laura? Oh, geez, that wasn't... 200 gold, 200 silver, and gems worth 100.
10 precious stones that are worth 100 each. If we want, I can go grab my Dungeon Master's Guide, or I may be able to pull it up here, and we can see... you know what? Let me just tell you, because you have healers, people with access to resurrection magic. So let me pull up real quick and just see if any of those are diamonds, because that's really, for the most part, that's the only one that actually matters.
Yeah.
Unless you're like casting, I guess, Force Cage needs ruby dust, but nobody has access to that yet, so we're good there.
Unless you want to season your pie, Lux.
I mean, some people do
Hey.
that.
Lex is eyeing those, okay? So I'm just saying.
All right, so no. And does anybody here? The only one that would be of potential use is a pearl, because a pearl can be used to cast the Identify spell. And I'll say that one of them is a pearl. So if anybody comes across and access the ability to cast the Identify spell down the road, you need a pearl worth at least 100 gold as a material component to cast it, so you have that in your possession.
Okay. So 9 stones worth 100 each, and then 1 pearl worth 100.
Yeah, I can tell you what the other ones are, but it's not
I don't
really
care.
relevant. Yes, correct. The stuff in the chat, that is the correct amount of gold. All right, so that is what you find in this room. And then there is a spiral staircase that leads up one more floor to the 3rd floor. Would you guys like to head up there as well?
Mm-hmm.
We'll jump over there. And then... Okay. So, here you guys make it to this last floor. So this area was just seemingly a tower. It has been converted into an
Ooh.
astrological observatory. You see a clearly magical and arcane device in nature. It seems to be some sort of large telescope protruding out of the castle into the heavens and has the ability to look around. Let's see. It seemingly has. There are dials and things that you can play with it and potentially alter what you're looking at.
What time of day is it again? Is it nighttime right now?
No, you guys, I think, went in at first light.
Okay.
For the war. You also see that perched on the four corners of this room, because it is kind of open to the sky, are 4 gargoyles staring down at you.
Great.
Stone gargoyles.
Does one have a mustache on it?
Yes.
One
One of the gargoyles guarding this is a 12th level or a 15th level cleric. Good luck, guys.
Oh, no. I'm out.
But he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Come on.
Hold a bookshelf hostage. We'll get out of this alive.
Well, there's no bookshelf because the bookshelf is also a gargoyle.
Not like this. Okay.
There's also a 15th level cleric.
Yeah, they're both. There's 2 15th level cleric gargoyles.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And then 2 other guys who feel super inadequate.
We did.
But anyway, they are perched looking down at you with their non-expression faces, but they do not seem to be acting at all at the moment.
Bet you if you touch this stuff, they're about to.
Is there anything that looks like a portal up here?
Let me describe to you further. It doesn't. Oh, you don't make me an Arcana check before I rule everything out. As we saw,
Guidance.
you're the best at
Gonna go great.
Arcana, so let's see how that goes.
You get guidance.
I'm looking at my notes here, and I wrote down a code word.
Ah, okay.
Ooh, and 2.
Okay, so a 22. You don't see a portal here. You don't see anything that seems to be a portal, but you do get feel like you have a pretty good idea on how to work this this telescope. It is definitely arcane in nature. It seems to be the creation of it and the way it's used. It seems to be an alteration to various arcane spells to extend them over distance, and you basically get the idea that oh, okay, you recognize what it is with your Arcana check. It is the Farseer of Ilux. It is apparent, yeah,
Lux?
yeah.
Spying on Lux from far away.
Yes, somebody has an admirer.
Just one pick on.
It is Illusk, Illusk. Illusk is an older name for an older region of the Forgotten Realms. But basically, you just know what it is, which makes no sense. But sure, it is a telescope for viewing and observing heavenly bodies. It can view a location within 50 miles of it. And you get the feeling that you may be able to, with your seemingly arcane knowledge, possibly be able to tweak and alter this to view various things. You think you might be able to get it to work. Yes, that is what you can tell. You can basically you can use essentially dexterity, or somebody else can if you just instruct them how to do so. I don't feel like it makes sense to make you roll another Arcana check. You're like, oh, I know what it is, and I know how it works, but let me check again if I really know how it works. So I'm going to say you can operate it, but basically you need to just, use dexterity, or someone needs to make a sleight of hand check to just turn the dials to match what you want it to do, if that makes sense.
These gargoyles are gonna whoop us.
You also notice that it is focused on something currently. You don't have to alter it to look into it to see what it's viewing.
Speak.
Okay. Before I approach,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to basically kind of look at this because I'm not sure if they they're looking at it, like they can see us. It's not like their eyes are closed or they're like sleeping or something.
Well, they're gargoyles, right? So it's just solid stone, so you don't know. There's no eyelids, right? They're made of stone.
But like
they're looking down at you, but like they could be just gargoyles, you know.
I'm gonna assume that they're probably have already seen us.
Fair.
Otherwise, whatever. So I'm going to be like, fair gargoyles. Daryl Born Gray is no longer the master of this castle. We have taken over the castle, so therefore, if you are guarding anything for him, you don't need to do that anymore.
All right, make me a persuasion check.
Oh dear God. Please be okay.
Oh my God. Fingers crossed. God damn.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna roll, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. So the gargoyles, like, for the first time since you've seen them move, as if they are not just stone gargoyles, at least 3 of them anyway. They kind of like turn their head, and like their little like stone eyebrows kind of like they narrow as they look down at you, and then they kind of like raise back up, and then they're like they kind of all just like shrug, and 3 of them fly away.
Wow, good job, Odella. You nailed it. I slap her on the butt.
Your rage, you enter rage. I'm just kidding.
So there's one left.
Yes.
And it didn't move at all?
It did not.
What does it look like? Is it complete? Is it broken? Is it?
It looks, I would say, like your standard D&D gargoyle.
Okay.
So that is like, meh.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious if it's like.
Yeah, if it was like broken or something. Sure. I mean, it seems it's weathered, right? Like by rain, because it is exposed to the air, so it is, it's like pitted and it is kind of worn, and some of the features aren't as sharp as they probably could have been.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think that we're strong enough to beat one gargoyle if it happens to try to jump us. So maybe we stand on guard. I mean, we got 2 kitties and 2 puppies, so let's just all stand on guard while Odella takes a little peeksy peek in there, and we'll take care of it.
I'm gonna cautiously move forward and see if I can see what's going on in the telescope, what it's aimed for.
I follow behind her.
Alrighty. Okay. So if you look through it as it is without touching anything, you see a cave. It shows this cave somewhere that you can determine is in the Mirror of Dead Men. And it is focused very clearly. It is like watching, like this thing is. I should also point out that this thing isn't like overly huge. It is about 40 pounds of brass, crystal, and wood. This thing, like, but you could, if you really wanted, take it with you. Like you could
put it in the hole.
Yes, you could put this large viewing scope made of wood, crystal, and brass in the hole, but you have to be gentle because this is it's a little old and it's delicate. So you have to place
it's a
it
little
in.
big for that hole.
Yeah, you got to place it in gently though.
Yeah, we can't just shove it in.
No, that could be end
Be
poorly.
gentle.
I think we have a new feature for the printed pie. This is basically what we should take this with us later.
So,
Just kidding. But what do I see a cave?
Yes, and you see in the cave, kind of emerging out, like starting to make its way out of the cave, a massive, what can only be described as an ancient black dragon.
Bye.
This dragon, you know that this can see up to 50 miles away, and you believe this to be Rorg. Oh God.
Name him Rogi.
Well, hang on. I'm just trying to see if I can figure out how. I'm just gonna go with Vrorghamar. That's not how you pronounce it. There are many other syllables, but I'm gonna go with Vrorghamar, the legendary black dragon of the Mirror of Dead Men. However, as you see him beginning to emerge, you see a sight that you were unaware of previously. And entering the cave as he is leaving is another ancient black dragon of identical size and identical appearance. So that is what you see.
What do you see, Odella? Anything concerning?
Yeah, there's a cave, and there seems to be a very, 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 very large black dragon coming out of the cave, and another one going into the cave. Seems very concerning.
You could probably guess just from the way, like the horns and all the patterns and things on this dragon, that these are probably twins, identical twin dragons. And the story of Rorghamar is that he's been around for forever. There's been stories of his immense power and people saying like, oh, he's in two places at once. How can that be possible? And now you're starting to realize that perhaps it's because there's two of them and they give off the illusion that there is only one.
Oh, he's a little cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be here anymore. How far away was that?
It's a ways, and it's deep.
How far
in
away
the,
was it?
We'll say 50 miles and deep in the swamp.
About 50 miles deep in the swamp.
And were they coming towards us, or?
They didn't seem to be aware of you at all.
They don't seem to be aware of us.
You're basically you're voyeuring these guys. You are peeping tomming these dragons from a distance.
Well, that's rude. But also,
do you think? I know that you guys got dragged with that thing because that was. Do you think that's where the dragon eggs came from? This is a boy dragon, right? But
I mean, as far as you can tell, I don't know how steeped in dragon anatomy you are to know. You know, and for all you know, maybe
I'm steeped. I can look.
Oh, are you going to look now?
Yeah, I want to look.
Okay. So you look through this, and let's see what happens.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't know because it doesn't actually state the gender of the dragon in the book because that would be
okay. You just really scared me. You look and you get blasted into smithereens through the eyeball.
50. That's a pretty massive breath weapon to go 50 miles. Like,
not that. I thought the telescope thing.
Oh yeah, it explodes in your eyeball.
Yeah,
and you are done. Goodbye, Roswin. Roll a new character. Let's see. Oh man, they really only refer to him, or it rather. And his twin. It's a boy dragon. At least the one that you can see, because time has passed where one's gone into the cave, one is flying out. By the time you look at it, you can only see the one, and that one is a boy.
Okay. It's a boy, everybody. Congratulations. Anyway, now that we know that arbitrary fact that we made Ted look up.
Hey, listen, you don't know. I mean, maybe it's identical. Maybe they're, maybe identical twins for dragons can be boys and girls. You don't know.
That's true.
I mean, you might
maybe
know.
Later on we can lure it with a fake sexy girl dragon.
I mean, if that's the route we want to go, then sure.
Lux, you just hear her just laughing. You said that loud.
All right. Well, should we look around anything else with this?
You guys, basically, you get having an understanding. Odell, you haven't actually moved it, but because it is so fragile, you know that you do need to essentially make a check, right, to change the location of where it's aiming. But because of its kind of old state, if you fail the check, potentially it could be catastrophic to it. But you could take it to some sort of smith or someone that has an understanding of fine tinkering mechanisms and things like that. They may be able to repair it to, the ability to relatively work well. Jake,
well,
thank you.
Before we move anything, is there anything else to see within 50 miles of here?
You have to move it. It's focused in on that cave. You can look
I think you meant move it, take it out.
Oh, no. I mean, that definitely would potentially have that. But to turn the gears to shift it, that requires a check to look at anything else. It seems to be focused in on this cave as if whoever was using this has been focused on that for some reason. So whoever is looking through this here in the castle is focused on that cave. But you can look at any point within 50 miles if you so choose.
Is there any place else that we want to look? Or?
Yeah, I mean, that is a very open-ended question because you can just be like, hey, I want to see over there 50 miles. What's over there? No, there's those bullywugs wallowing in the... There's those bullywugs wallowing in that puddle of mud together, being all gross.
I kind of want to see if we can see into the stables of the roadhouse and see if Poppy's still there. Just not worth it.
Let me see how far the castle is from the roadhouse, if it's even on the map, because things like that could potentially.
It might be worth it to look at the roadhouse.
True.
They're
all eating horse stew.
What would be great would be if they put any of those locations on the map.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they don't. Because they're not on the map. The castle, the roadhouse, there's not anywhere that would be useful. Because, high quality game design on this one. By the way, just to keep track, Liz, you have a fate die, so that's another set with advantage.
Did you see your trinket?
I didn't. I've got to go back and look at that. And then Lux, you have a reroll of a natural 1. Did I miss it? Where was the trinket? Did I miss that?
It was way further up.
Oh,
but it was there.
I saw somebody tried to give her a trinket, and then it didn't go through.
No.
Because they didn't have enough points.
Oh, no, man.
Let's see. I got a crit from Jake.
I didn't see that. I'm not sure that was there.
Yeah, that's funny how that works. But you also got one, Katie.
Yeah, I know I had it.
Just want to make sure I have all these. Lux has the reroll of the natural 1. Liz has the fate die. I wish I wish Streamlabs bot had an ability to search. That would be great. Search the chat. Wouldn't that be nice? Or any of the chat bots, or even Twitch chat. I didn't see where the trinket came in. I saw someone try to buy a trinket, and I was like, you need 777 flint bucks to buy a trinket. And they're like, what?
I don't know, bro. I saw someone do it. If you did it, tell us in the chat.
That's a good point. Let's go with that. So, would you like to take? Would you like to look at anything else? Or are you gonna attempt to see if you can? I'll tell you if you want to look at the roadhouse. You can. We'll say.
Before we do anything, I'm gonna do something that I don't think I've done in this campaign once, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Valandris,
Oh shit!
is there anywhere I should look in this, in this telescope?"
Who the hell is she talking to?
Do you say this out loud, or do you?
I mean, do I normally talk to him in my head, or do I normally it?
This is a role play
Yeah,
choice for your
gender,
character. So you tell me.
Do yes, I will out loud then.
Okay.
I think
So
they
she
probably-
starts pontificating to the air. You guys have not seen this before. She just like looks up and starts talking to some guy, or girl, or whoever, someone named Valandris, and you're like, what? That's the thing she's doing right now. Let's see. Sure. You'll get like a little urge to like of a set. You won't get like an actual response, but you'll get like an urge of like like a set of coordinates that you can try and dial in.
We should probably have Mir do the dialing if we tell her right a point. She's the most dexterous.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go, once I get these coordinates, I'm going to go over to Mir and I'm going to give her like a little bit of a shoulder rub, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to walk you through this, and we're going to go look at something, okay?
Okay.
Her mom is so beautiful. I'm going to poke my finger in here and guidance her.
Okay. Oh man, Homer,
Oh, hey,
thank
Homer.
you for the sub. You get to watch that sweet Jake dance video anytime anybody subscribes. So you basically, I will need Mir to make me a sleight of hand check, which now is an 11 to
Which
start.
now
So
I'm
that's
an
pretty.
expert at.
Yes,
Oh
you
my
are.
god, my cat is being so bad right now. I can't even describe how bad. Sorry. Oops, sorry. Nope, wrong one. There
You
you
look
go.
around, and you do great. You're just like with that back rub. You're just like, and
I'm sharp as a tack.
you just turn those dials just so smooth, with this inspiration from that shoulder rub, and it does point you back to the roadhouse. So you do find that you can focus in on that. It is within 50 miles. You did walk a ways underground, but it is still 50 miles overland. And you can focus in, and you see that your horses and everything are still in the stables, seemingly being treated well for the moment.
Whew.
I will relay this information to Roswin and be like, apparently Valandris cares as much about, was it Poppy? That's the name of your horse?
That was
Yeah.
Poppy, as you do.
I look up into the air. Thank you, wise one.
And to juice your point, no, I will try to fix tonight if I can the roll function. For those of you who are curious, there's a roll function to roll a d30 in the chat. It broke, and I'm attempting to fix it because I switched computers and the file is contained on the other one. I just don't have an extra monitor, and I'm real lazy to like unhook these monitors and plug it in. It's kind of just a pain in the ass. But anyway, I'll get to that probably tomorrow. So, okay, so yes, that's what you're able to see, and I had to retcon that because I realized the place that I was gonna have you look at is like 500 miles away. So, almost gave away too much. So that's what you're able to see, and you can attempt to put this.
Nice try, Valandris.
Yeah, he tried. Oh, and you know what? As you come back off of that, like off of the telescope, there's a gold chocolate coin in your hand.
Oh, thank you. And I unwrap it and I like bite into it.
You guys don't know where this came from. She talks to the sky, looks through a telescope, and now has a gold chocolate coin.
I look at Mir and Lux. I'm like, she had it the whole time and didn't even share with us?
Apparently.
So if you guys want to take some time, I won't make you make checks, and you can successfully extract the Farseer of Lux into Mir's hole if you want.
I mean, well, I think any insertion of
for
that
sure.
bullshit takes
Definitely.
some time.
So
I mean,
Mir,
but first I want to wrap it. I want to wrap it with the headscarf that Odella gave me. It's important to wrap things up.
before
you
you
know,
insert
Before
them.
you put them in the hole.
Yeah, it's
Right.
important.
So Mir takes a few minutes to prep her hole for insertion, at which point Roswin carefully wraps this large
The instrument.
instrument and then gingerly inserts it into Mir's hole, who is then able to, fold everything back up, put everything away, and we're good to go.
Hold it up.
Yeah, that part is where it loses it, because you fold the thing back up. And you know what? No judgment. If that's how things go, you gotta fold things up and tuck them away.
You know, every hole's a little different. Nothing to be ashamed of there.
Guys, you are welcome to come out every other Monday. See, the other Monday when the girls aren't playing is just a bunch of goofballs somehow managing to survive encounter by encounter by doing things like splitting the party and pretending to be dancers. And this one, it's just innuendo forever. So really, Mondays is where it's at on Nerd Immersion. That's what I'm trying to say.
Tuesdays are great too.
Tuesdays are fun, and that's more actual gameplay. But this is Mondays is innuendo or horrible planning. Sorry, Chelsea's in the chat. So, I mean, great planning. The Dancing Johns were amazing.
I need to go back and watch.
Anyway, so you guys, there's nothing else in this room. The entire time that gargoyle does not move. You get the feeling that that one's just a gargoyle.
I'm gonna name him Steve, and then I leave the room.
At which point, when you do, a mustache appears on his face and he flies away.
But he was alive.
All he needed was a name. He's a real gargoyle now.
That's his origin story. Oh my god, amazing.
That's canon, by the way. That just happened. So.
Perfect. I approve. Completely.
Did Katie freeze on your guys' screen?
Yes.
She froze on mine. She looks super happy, though.
Yes.
Oh, it's perfect. You guys can enjoy that Katie face for now as we continue moving on. So that's it for this room. Do you guys want to? There's the only place you haven't gone basically was down into you saw like the staircase that led down way back in the first level. That's the only place you haven't gone.
Oh, I thought we
Did I say that?
did.
Oop, there goes Katie.
I didn't know that it went down.
Hang on. You know what? I said that that was backwards.
We can go down there now.
Hang on. Let me rephrase.
Yeah, because you said that we went through this and this and this, and the only thing that we didn't go through was the one in the middle or whatever that was.
Right. Yeah. Let's just double check real quick while we wait for Katie to pop back in. Just make sure I'm looking at this the right way. All right. Well, this is a function of and of course, it switches everybody's location on the... Oh, well, Katie's chair is back, guys. Katie's chair is back. I know you were worried. For some reason, Laura is permanently, like, stationary and is fine, but Liz and Katie keep switching spaces. It's fine. So... There we go. I think we fixed everybody.
Someone kidnapped Katie.
Yeah, I think, did it reset everybody's size as well? No. Okay. Welcome back.
I don't know what happened.
We saw that your chair was there making an appearance for a little while.
Yeah, just as white as me.
All right. So basically, yeah, because I can't remember what I said because it was a month ago. So you guys take the thing and you put it in the hole and you're heading back out and you hear like a sound of moving stone somewhere down levels below you.
Should we stealth or should we just go for it like we've been doing?
I say just go for
Let's just go. Go, puppies!
All right. You guys
Go kitties!
run down, leading the pack, I assume, is 2 wolves, 2 lions, and I assume Luck's not far behind.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a barbarian running amongst 2 lions and dire wolves. Like,
You look majestic as hell.
I was gonna say, it's a terrifying sight. Like, this is fear inspiring.
She's still got the war paint on, doesn't she?
And she still has-
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
she
my
still has
God.
the war paint on. Yes. By the way, I did put in the chat, or in the Roll20, like little magic item cards for the war paint. The turtle shell is up to date as best as it should be. I put in one for, I think I might have done it before, but I made sure there's one for your magic quiver, Lux, that you have.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then I also put in one for the circlet of blasting that Mir has. So everybody should have all of their magic items should be available to them with the proper things so they can make sure they know how to use them. So, all right, so you guys run down the stairs, down the central spire, and you see, because plot effectiveness, there's a door that wasn't there before that goes down.
Wow.
So,
Let's
what do you
go.
guys do?
We're going.
Okay, you're going down. All right. Let me get to that map. I will reveal where you guys are located on that map. Another one of these lovely maps where, you know, the thing. This one, all the squares are 10 feet instead of 5, like every other RPG ever.
That's
So,
better than 20 feet per square.
That's true.
It's like, am I there yet? No. You got another 24 and a half to go.
Yeah, so there we go, guys. You have arrived. You descend into this lower level.
I don't like it. There's too much black.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I found me.
Yeah,
Me
sorry
too.
you were like out in the open there. All right, so let's talk about what you guys see down here in this dungeon. Oh, I see a donation pop through. All right, thank you. Homer says he wants to see Scott Pilgrim rock out, and he did for a $25 donation. Did you want to do anything specific with that donation, Homer, other than see Scott Pilgrim rock out, which you did? I'll get back to that. So, general rules for this level of the cave. The ceilings are 10 feet high, unless I tell you otherwise. Most of the areas are in darkness. as it is a cave. And there is a constant sound of dripping water, scratching rodents, and like claws on stone. That's sort of very faint in the background because of the nature of this cave, which you'll learn as you go through. Sound doesn't travel too well, which you can tell as you don't hear massive echoes from your own footsteps. One would assume that this is due to the nature of the rock structure is cavernous and twisty turny, so that like the sound can't echo well, if that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, the steps down from here. The chamber that you're in. Oh, I'm mistaken here. Is brightly lit by one lantern hanging next to the entrance steps and another hanging near this other opening. I need to see where it is, which is over here. So, all right, I'll give you this because why not? There you go, guys. Have some revealness.
Wow.
So, right. So, you see that there are steps that descend. Basically, you see all the staircases. There's a staircase that goes kind of down and to the right. That you guys can see. There's a staircase that goes up here to the north. There's an alcove around through this water here. Oh no. All right, so. All right, yeah, Homer. I guess you did both. Let me know what you want as far as your donation and the catchphrase that you want to add to the game, because no one's done that, I don't think, for this one. So that's always fun. And then we got to figure out how we're gonna work the catchphrase in. Actually, everybody, give me perception checks. You guys have entered this new area here.
Perception.
Oh, yours is at advantage, Light, because of your new. Your new ability, your level 6 ability. Yep, that's fine. That's much better.
We see everything.
I see everything.
Oh man, I just got 5 sets of fate dice from Homer. 5 fate dice, and I got a crit from Jake.
People like you today, Ted.
Thank you guys for making my Monday not so bad after all. It's not true Monday, because as much as I get to play D&D, but then people like the DM and give the DM things. All right, so you guys can see that there are footprints because the kind of the water edge there is muddy, right? Because it's the meat of like this. This isn't a stone floor either. This cavern is like a dirt floor, and there's water there. So you can see with your all excellent perception checks that the southeastern passage is the one that's over yonder here. Oh, that one seems to be used. That bullywugs use this. You see no footprints of anything other than frog footprints. All right, and the catchphrase is you got a case of the Mondays, but I'm assuming that's done in an office space fashion to go alongside with the 5 fate dice that I will be using against you guys. Perfect. I love this. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
I'm not.
All right. So, you guys can see that there is the water flooding into the chamber. It seems to be just more or less a puddle. It's or a little bit more than a puddle. It's about it's hard to tell from where you're at, but it looks like it may get deeper if you were to follow in where it goes. And you have basically 3 routes ahead of you. Which way would you like to go?
Can I have my puppies try to sniff out where they smell living things, essentially?
Sure. Make me perception checks for the puppies at advantage because it's using smell.
Let's see. I don't know what their modifier is.
not like super great.
Oh, +3. Yeah. Okay. So 17.
All right. The puppies. Which,
Wait, the other one has to be it too.
Sure.
It's not better though.
So the one puppy, you still can't speak to it, so it is still just a wolf, that like knows things. So it kind of points like as if a pointer dog to the southeast, where you're kind of that way, and then also to the northwest, as if there could be living things either direction.
Wow, what a discovery. Okay.
Super useful, I know.
Let's just go to the right, because right's right. Right? We're going to the right.
Okay. That answers that. So, you guys are you guys going stealthily? What's the plan?
I think for now we should go stealthily.
And try to be stealthy.
I mean, I guess that hasn't been our play, but...
Fair. Why don't you guys go ahead and make me stealth checks then?
Guidance.
Wow. All right. Now I need them for both of the lions and both of the wolves.
Right.
See if
The
they're
lions
close.
are super stealthy.
Yeah, in the jungle or in the savannah, the open plains, not so much where their claws can click clack potentially. If they're like, oh shit, I forgot to retract them. Click click. All right, that's good enough. I'll allow it. I think that's fine. Ooh, that's fine. Whatever. You guys come around the corner down here, heading to the south, and you see it opens up into a larger room down here. And this floor is in this room to the southeast here, is flooded a foot deep with sticky, reeking mud, making the whole chamber difficult terrain. You see 2 bullywugs rolling around in this mud.
Okay. We're gonna attack them, I assume, ladies?
Okay, so I see the 2 bullywugs.
Yes, they're rolling around. They don't seem to see you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go run in and hit one of them.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to get the stream map to be centered here for these guys. Yeah, it is off center because that's just where I grabbed the map. Alright, so go ahead and make me an attack roll. 18 will hit. Go ahead and make me a damage roll. You are able to make it there. Yeah, go ahead and make me another attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
And another damage roll. Yeah, so you guys see, like, you guys are like, okay, we should be stealthy, like, and there's these 2 bullywugs. They're like rolling around in this mud. It's kind of gross. But before you guys can really formulate a plan about what to do, Lux just barrels past you, past the wolves, past the dogs, and just like 2 quick slices, kills them both.
I silently golf clap.
And then make me a dexterity save, Lux.
Okay.
You would have advantage because you're...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh
So you keep your footing in the mud, like, 'cause as you slid forward, you're kind of like sliding, and you cut through both of them, and you're able to stop yourself without like falling over in the mud. By the way, the 7 you would have fallen over, but
yeah. How would it? No, it's just mud, so it wouldn't be considered as water walking, right?
Actually, you're right. I'm sorry. It would be, because you can walk over liquid surfaces as if they were solid. So you can walk above the mud with your water walk ring. You could also walk above lava, but you would still take the damage from the lava because of the heat. But you could. You're right. So that Good point. So yes, you do. You don't actually slip at all. You just walk right over top of it very casually. Also, I guess you would leave footprints, but only superficial footprints rather than like stepping down like ankle to knee deep in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually relatively sanitary as far as Bullywug Mug can go. You don't walk in it. You walk on top of it.
Odella gestures for you to come back and get her.
At which point your blind sight will let you see Lux. You can kind of get a ping, as it were, of what's going on in this next room.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, basically there is no light in this room. But go ahead and make me a perception check.
I love this advantage stuff now.
Yeah, see, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's the second time it's turned into a natural 20 for you.
Yeah.
As if you've become tuned to their ways. You, like, see down in there. You don't see it. Remember, you're in pitch darkness. You're just kind of sensing with your sort of almost echolocation, like, blind sense from your dragon totem ability. And you can sense there are 2 swarms of centipedes in that room. They're tucked up against the wall in hiding, but you've become quite the slayer of centipedes, so you know that they're there.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, back up and get Odella.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say there's 2 centipedes in that room.
2 swarms.
Yeah, 2 swarms.
2
so
swarms.
They're not like big centipedes. They're a bunch
okay.
of little ones kind of in like a ball.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can chuck something in there.
You would also know, Lux, with your newfound centipede slayer ability, that they are often frightened by light.
Well, I am light. I'm just kidding.
Aha! Ah! Ah!
Yeah, so I'll mention that there's no light in there, and they're afraid of it. So
Fix that. I just need something to toss.
Yeah.
Oh, is there like pebbles on the ground?
And not in the mud area, but yeah, you could find them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I pick up a couple pebbles and hand it to her.
I'll cast light on it. If she wants to chuck it in there.
Okay, you can, and we'll say for all intents and purposes, like cockroaches, when the light comes on, they skitter away into crevices in the rock and disappear. So you are able to carry Odella across the mud to this. It's only this room that is muddy. The next area, like as you ascend those steps out of this like mud pit, it turns back to just like more dirt floors.
We get to the other side. Odella will be like, really quietly, be like, "Thank you so much for doing this for me. It's really gross. I just don't want to, thank you."
And I go, "It's okay," and I just pat her gently on the head.
What about Mir and Roswin? How are you getting, are you just gonna traipse through the mud? What's the plan?
I'm flying.
I figured. So Mir, what are you doing to get across the mud room?
At this point, I will look back at Mir. And do you need a ride?
Yes. And just walk over, just shaking my paws every time I step down in the mud.
And
clean off Lux. She stinks.
you're able to, you're like, as Mir starts to move out, she kind of does the whole paw in the mud and like freaks out, and then you're able to just carry her across easily. And then so you guys are now in this other kind of room, and because you're all over here, you can see that it sort of curves around to this next room, which as you peek in there is totally empty, just like a big empty room. And do you guys want to keep moving through that room?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Puppies and kitties and Lux's first.
All right. So as you move out of this room, you see that there are pathways to the left and right and pathways ahead, and there seems to be a larger body of water, some kind of lake. What do you, I guess, let's see. Oh, let me see, where's the, oh, there's an island. You know what, I'll just, whatever, I don't care. So, you guys see this island in the center of the lake. Atop that island is a giant frog, and it's watching you.
It's just like staring at us?
Yeah.
Creeper.
Like, where is it at?
It is right here.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, let's see.
Go
I guess
get
yes.
I like lightly push Lux in that direction.
Does the water look deep?
As you get closer, and again, because it's kind of hard for you to tell because you're just still using blind sight rather than actual vision.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, never mind. I'm gonna retract that question because I can walk on water.
That's also something I was gonna say. Oh, you do guys, you do notice that the ceilings in this cavern are much larger, about 30 feet high in this area.
Okay, so is it just a frog or is it a bullywog?
It seems to be, from what you can tell, a giant frog. Just a real big frog.
When you say giant,
like the size of Roswin.
oh no, it can eat you, I bet. Well, I mean, I'm not going first, but I'm gonna stay up pretty high when we do start fighting this thing.
And again, you can see that there's a pathway that goes to the north and south along the shoreline.
How far is your blind sight again, Lex?
It's what, 60 feet?
I think it's 30 feet.
Okay, 30 feet.
Okay, if I peek in with my dark vision from like behind her, do I see anything else?
Okay. You can kind of see basically that there is a cavern to the south here that goes somewhere. You can't really see much more than that. Basically, you can see what you can see on the map because again, these are 10-foot squares. Actually, 30. Yeah, you can basically see into this room to the south. That there seems to, it opens up into a larger room. You can see out over kind of basically you can see what you can see on the map as of right now.
Okay. Well, I think that nothing we've met here is very nice, except for our lizard friends, guys. And
I forgot to roll for them. Oh well.
Oh yeah.
They're here, but I forgot to roll for them.
So I think the play is we should kill it, but if it's hungry, I don't have any more cheese, guys. We gave all the cheese away, so don't let it eat you. That's the play, I think. Go team! I put my hand in.
The two lizard folk put their claws in.
Thanks, guys. That was a little awkward for a second.
Odella will ask the lizard folk if they know anything about like a frog being in like just a frog, not like a bullywog. Like, is this something that they worship, or is this like just a random frog that's in here?
He will tell them, or he will tell you that some bullywugs use frogs as mounts.
Oh, so it could just be like a harmless creature that we're just gonna go murder it?
Yeah, even
like,
Lux is kind of like,
maybe. I don't know. Possible.
and it's just that one frog.
As far as you can tell,
Guys,
yes.
let's just go. Let's spin our best tactic.
Can anybody talk to animals?
I can, but like,
Unless he wants to sit here for 10
I
minutes.
don't want to waste a spell either because we don't know how big this is.
I mean, you can wait for 10 minutes.
Right. I mean,
I
there's
don't
10
wanna wait.
minutes of like.
Ain't nobody got no. We got puppies and kitties that we got to
We got
keep.
puppies and kitties.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
Okay.
we could try to just go down
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially. It doesn't seem to be like it clearly notices that you're here, like, but it's not moving. It's just kind of like slowly, like blinking its its eyelids. But you could seemingly skirt around the outside of this pool if you want to.
Yeah.
Let's just keep an eye on the frog. Maybe not murder it straight up.
Yeah.
Good plan.
What if we make a new friend?
Maybe.
So, which way would you guys like to go?
Do you want to go north or south?
I kind of want to see what's in this little area over here.
Okay, that right there. That is
we
just.
can see this isn't a wall here.
Yeah, that's just.
Okay.
That's just that's on the map. It looks like somebody who put the map in the book had a piece of folded paper that they scanned into the book, and that's what the map looks like.
Oh.
There's
great.
like a weird line down the middle of it. Like it's
Right.
like let's see. It is in like you can see this weird like line that goes through the map in the book. Like just poor quality control.
All right. Well, let's just skirt around the lower edges so we can hit that little island there, I guess, if anything happens.
And where were you gonna go? Sorry.
Like go this way.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So go down.
If you guys go down, you can see down here that there is a passage, like an area here with a little pool of water that you can see, but you can't see what's in it from here. Oh, actually, you see there are 2 bullywugs, like standing guard outside this room.
Go, Lex. Kill him.
Okay, so outside.
Yeah, they're basically right at the entrance before like the pool.
Okay, I rush and I go smack them.
Okay, go ahead and make me attack rolls then. All right. One more. And okay, yeah, you basically run in and very quickly in badass, just like one swing, and then like 3-point stance with the sword out back, and then the head's just to the ground. And you hear there's like a little, as like the throat pocket just like lets out its last bit of air. And you can see in here, Lux, that in this pool of water, it is just a pool full of tadpoles.
Ooh.
They are tadpoles, but the tadpoles are like yay big.
I kind of look at them, and then I look back and I go, there's babies in there.
Babies.
And you get the feeling from the way they look and what you seem to know that these are giant frog tadpoles.
Mm-hmm. Giant baby frogs.
They seem to be raising them in this pool, and there seemingly is there's hundreds in this pool. It is mostly like this pool is mostly tadpole, minimally water.
So I'm guessing that's the mama in that room.
Rosalind,
I'm not
make me a
into
nature
murdering babies.
No, me either. Make me a what?
check. Nature check.
Okay, guidance.
Sure, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. My stuff.
You know that the reason that they're probably being raised over here is that adult frogs have a tendency to eat baby frogs. Like they lay the eggs, and when they turn into tadpoles, they have a tendency of just devouring them, cannibalizing them. So they seem to be kept here and were guarded by these bullywugs to protect them from being eaten by other giant frogs.
Did you know that typically a mama frog would eat her babies? So they were probably just keeping them to the side so she didn't eat them.
Oh.
They're all like totally crazy.
And you also know that sometimes in frogs, life it finds a way, and male frogs can turn to female frogs if needed.
And did you know also that sometimes with frogs, life finds a way? And they can be guys or girls. Wow. Now you know.
I
So
feel like I learned so much.
yeah. So I'd be like, kind of like, okay, so that frog, probably like, yeah, okay. Onward.
Oh, she's gonna eat all of them.
Thank you, Homer, for that. I'm glad you. Well, somebody had my back on that. I'm sure other people did, but you called it out,
I
so
did not.
I appreciate it. Anyway, so you guys head back out of there. Where do you want to go? Do you want to continue skirting the north path? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I assume go north.
And you guys are
Check it
not going in the water. You're just kind of staying around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Can
Oh,
I?
yeah.
I don't know if it's big enough, but if I were to dump out the rest of my peyote, could I put a temple?
I knew it.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
You can dump out your weed and then have.
Peyote and weed aren't nearly the same.
No, but this. Yes, I know, but this is my game and I can refer to it as whatever I want. So you dump out your weed to put a baby frog. If there's anything that's more Roswin, I don't know. But dump out your lizard folk weed. But like, give me a stealth check though. Oh no, wait! You had this before you met the lizard folk. Never mind. I was trying to make sure that it wasn't stuff that they gave to you, and you were like, "Oop, let's get rid of the shit you gave me." That's
I
right.
have one more serving left.
As you're about to dump it out, like the shaman's like, "Hold up," and he takes it, and he starts rolling something right there. Like as you're
Peyote's a liquid.
Yeah, it's fine. He has.
If he has like controlled water, oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Does he have it as a lizard man?
This is too ridiculous.
This is the world that we live in, guys.
And if he has it, then he's gonna be having that thing just floating around him, and he just be like,
Okay.
He does because I want. He does.
This specifically says one use of peyote did contact spirit guardians.
Yes. Oh my god.
Sure. He has control water, and we're gonna say that this counts as basically a spell scroll of spirit guardians. He can use it to cast spirit guardians once without expending a spell slot.
This is the best thing.
Yeah, and he has control water, shape water, the cantrip. So
Perfect. Oh my god. Best case scenario. So I've got a baby, and he's got spirit guardian peyote.
Yes, he does.
oh man.
All right.
Roswell, make me another nature check because they put a specific thing in here.
Sure. Okay.
As you get back out, as you're heading towards the north, looking at the path. Okay, that's good enough. Oh, never mind. Scratch that. You'd have to sit there and observe for a while, so never mind. Okay, so you guys head to the north section, I assume? Like along the shoreline there?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that. That the path, as you kind of make your way down there, it connects. This room to the north here, as you leave this area, is full of mist. That is flowing. Basically, which way is it flowing? It's basically flowing from the room back the way you came up into this area. So that is a thing. Let's see. Is there anything else of interest? Oh, you also notice that in the large cavern with the 30-foot ceiling, there are a lot of bats on the ceiling. Which you also figure that means that there is some sort of natural way out, right? Because there are bats. So they have to have some other way out. They didn't come out of the doorway you guys came down. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much all you can see. So you come up to this room and you see that there is this mist flowing from the direction that you had come initially, and you can see that there is some hallways continuing away. What would you like to do?
Go to the left, maybe? Anybody else have an opinion? Or I'm just going to pick directions randomly.
Pick directions. It doesn't bother me.
All right, like Beyonce says, to the left.
Okay, so you guys are going to head down this hallway over here. So as you make your way in here, mist from that area also seeps down into that corner as well. As far as you can tell, it appears empty. However, as you all make your way into this little chamber, pretty much everybody has passive perception scores high enough to notice. As the mist moves and you guys kind of move and waft the mist away, there is some sort of circle carved into the floor.
Odella, is it a magic circle?
Can I see if it's a magic circle?
It's a magic circle.
Wow.
Do I know what it does?
It seems to be a teleportation circle.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have that passcode. Should we explore the rest of it rest of the dungeon before we maybe see if that password that I have works on this teleportation circle?
Yeah, just in
I don't
case.
think that's a bad idea.
Okay. So, you guys can pretty much tell that that's pretty much all that's in here, but that sort of makes sense to you, right? This is the teleportation room, as it were. So which way would you like to go? Would you like to go back the way you came? Actually, I guess I can tell you guys, because you can kind of see that over here, there's this ledge that you can kind of clearly see, but there's a wooden crank-powered crane that seems to be to lower crates from up above down to this level. I guess the ledge seems to me like it's drawn the opposite direction. So this is lower. You're looking up at the ledge.
Mm.
There seems to be a crane to lower things down to the level you're on.
Gotcha.
Which makes sense because this would be the quickest path from the stairs you came down over to here, rather than having to circle back through the bullywug mud area and all that stuff.
Sure.
So, did you guys want to go back at all that way, or keep going to the south?
Keep going to the south.
Yeah, everything seems like a question, so I just want to make sure that I'm understanding.
Oh, I'm just gonna start saying shit because I keep asking them, but nobody.
I did say south.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I didn't hear you.
South.
South. South side.
The side?
All right. So, you guys gonna head into this little cab passway here with the stairs, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, let me just make our map a little bigger there so that more people can see it. There we go. Alright. So, as you head down this hallway, oh man, this is part of the... This is where you can see I had to write in a whole bunch of notes where they didn't put things in the book. So I gotta make sure that I'm reading the right thing.
There, put it a little closer.
Yeah, no, maybe. I like where your head's at. So you come into this area, and there are niches in the wall filled with carvings of frogs, ranging from the size of a fist to the size of a pumpkin. Larger carvings sit on the floor. Crude renderings of frogs are scratched into the walls around the niches and colored with chalk. I need anybody who would like to try to make any sense of this can make me religion checks.
I'm gonna give Odella guidance.
Okay. But you all can make them if you want, if this seems like a thing that, if you're curious here. 18. Got it.
We tie. Oh wait, no. Yeah. No.
All right. So Mir and Lux are like, man, that's a lot of frog stuff. But you, Odella, and you, Roswin, recognize that the iconography here is for Gahanadar, who's the god of slimes, and Shar, the goddess of shadows.
Don't like her.
No. Neither do you, Roswin. You feel this, like, that's weird. I don't like this goddess of shadows lady. You never really encountered any Sharans, but it seems like, I don't know.
She seems like she's not a nice lady.
Correct. It seems like it, I don't know, it just, like, you just get a bad vibe about this chick. Okay, and let's see, there's some more that you guys got really good rolls here. Your religion checks are high enough, so you also see indications that Ramanos is venerated here. And Ramanos is an ancient entity now believed to be in deep slumber. He was believed to be a god of one of the ancient creator races, but was more than, like, pretty much just a legend. So this is some pretty weird shit. Like, this is, like, old school stuff. But based on what you see here, whoever made this room has literally no idea about faith, divinity, religion. They just put a bunch of shit here. It doesn't seem to be tied to any, like,
I was gonna say, I'm like,
deity.
that's really weird, like, deities to stick together.
Yeah.
Yes. So, then there is a room that continues to the south. Now, you guys have been relatively stealthy. You haven't actually... Have you guys been talking out loud? I should have asked. That's my mistake.
I mean, we whispered things to each other, but mostly it's been silent golf clapping.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Do you guys continue south then?
Sure.
All right. So you guys see in this room, this chamber, you see a mud-covered chair and a reading table, a box of candles, and a wooden chest. Sitting in the muddy chair is a bullywug. A bullywug of seeming stature. A bullywug whose name I wish you knew, but you have no reason to actually know it.
He's not wearing a name tag?
He looks like this.
Oh man, that guy's fly.
He's got this sweet crocodile mouth helmet, right?
That does not fit his head at all.
No. So he is sitting there reading, but you get the feeling that he is potentially paranoid, as standing guard as he reads these books, these big tomes, are 10 bullywug warriors, just like at the ready. And they're going to make a collective perception check.
They're all crammed in there.
Oh yeah. Well, remember, these are also 10-foot squares.
I know, but still, that's a lot of people in that room.
Guys, paranoid, man.
They don't see you.
Nice.
What would you guys like to do?
Murder.
Wow.
Okay. We start like killing in the name of, and then start fighting.
So I guess.
Unless you guys don't want to, but I feel
I'm
like
down.
It's what we've been doing to these bullywugs.
Yeah. Plus,
Alright.
I feel like if we don't do anything, our little lizard friends are gonna have something that they want to do.
Okay. Okay, so this is what Lex is gonna do.
What's Lex going to do?
She's gonna get up front and hopefully there's no puppies and kitties in their way.
Yeah, she can make it up there.
Okay, cool. How many of them are gonna be in front of me?
10. And then him.
I am going to use my war paint.
Alright, so Lux moves to the front of you guys. And then go. So they all have to make a save, right? What was it, DC 15?
Yeah, let's
Alright,
see.
so they all have to make it. So I'm just going to do that. Rather than doing 10 individual. I'm gonna do a group of 5, and then the main guy.
Okay.
So let me just flip back to Bullywugs here.
Yeah, I gotta put my boozer back on.
Alright, so all of the Bullywugs, the little guys, they fail. Also, Homer, that would be hilarious if you were to animate Lux's character mouth. The only tricky part would be that like we'd have to have it on a cue, so that when she talks, I could hit a button and then it would be like, and I could stop it.
And face, you know what? To be honest, I've been thinking about that. Been thinking about that lately. Do face rig.
Alright, so let's get to the other guy here. And he's got to make a wisdom save. Alright, so big guy is not fazed by the fear, but all of his minions are. So I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Okay. Oh, I gotta roll for my puppies will go with me.
I guess Mira really hates bullywugs.
I guess so, huh?
More than anything.
It's amazing that I have a 5 in it and I still get flipping low.
Let me just
Swear, one day I thought I'd get advantage of those.
Those muscles are bulky.
You do, and I don't know if you have that yet, so let's see.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Okay, it might be around here. It might be later, though. 7. 7 is advantage on initiative.
No. Okay.
So...
One more level!
Alright,
Let's kill everything and we'll get there.
Everybody, and then we gotta do the lizard guys. So they're gonna be 8. We're gonna do the bullywugs. Got an 11. So we've got 12. Okay. Bad guys 2. Got a 6. And the big guy. He did pretty good. Got an 18. Hopefully this music isn't copyrighted.
Probably is. Knowing your luck.
Mir, you are up first.
Okay.
What would you like to do? There are 10 guys in front of you. They are afraid of Lux.
Even the big one?
No, the big guy is not.
Oh.
He's in the back. But to get to them, to get to him, I mean, you could technically use your bonus action to disengage to move past all of them. And then to get to him if you wanted to.
That doesn't sound like a really good idea.
I just throwing it out. Or you could just move up and go for the first guys.
Wait, so they're in a group?
Yeah, there's like 5 and 5, and then he's 10 feet back from them.
Okay. I want to hit one of those groups of 5.
Okay.
With my main hand first.
Go ahead, and you can have sneak attack because Lux is up there.
Yay!
Oops, sorry.
Well, either one would hit. So go ahead and roll damage. That was with the sneak attack? Yeah, alright. So just, alright, so you just basically slice right through one of these guys. He's dead. What would you like to do with your bonus action?
I'll use the magic sword, the rapier.
Okay, so you activate the dancing sword. That does strike. So go ahead and roll the damage for that. And the dancing sword skewers a different one, and there's 2 dead.
Yay!
Alright. So, now it's the guy in the back. stands up, and he has spells. He does. What does he have? Does he have anything useful? Come on, guy. Don't be a jerk. Oh, brother. Alright, so let me look up a spell real quick. Because this might be his best option. Okay, so basically right where you guys are at the entrance, he casts he starts to cast a spell. And you guys notice that he looks at you and he says, "No one can defeat Farblack Spattergoo." And he casts a spell.
You just wanted us to know that
I
name.
absolutely did. And he, the ground around you, you see small wooden spikes erupt out of the ground in a 20-foot radius.
I say, we will defeat you, and I counterspell him. Just because I can.
Alright, let's see if he has anything he can do against that. Probably not. Alright, then you successfully use a 3rd level spell, and you counterspell his spike growth. Yeah, because he doesn't have, can't cast it, it wouldn't make sense to cast it at a higher level. Alright, so that was your reaction, you have counterspelled. That was his action, and he's gonna use his movement to duck behind his desk. Odella, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use my Ring of Shooting Stars, and I'm gonna spend 2 charges to set off 2 15-foot cubes. So I want to like put them in the groups where I'm not going to be hitting Lux or Mir.
Yeah. And how many charges do you have left of this at this point? Just out of curiosity.
I have 3 charges left, so that'll be 2. So I'll be down to 1 charge.
Gotcha. All right. And what do they have to do?
DC 15 Dexterity saving throw.
Got it. Or they take half on the success?
Yeah.
And this is split into 2, or this is, how does this work?
It's 2 different ones, so it's different 2 different cubes that
so
explode.
Go ahead, so that's the first cube. So go ahead and roll for the second cube then. Okay, so we're going to say the first cube hit the first 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. So 1 guy made it, everybody. This, then that, and then the second group is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of the second group, all but 1 is killed.
How many are left?
Yeah.
There is. Every one of them has been damaged, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 left.
I'm just seeing if I have any bonus action stuff that I can do.
You still have the lions too.
I know. I'm just trying to take care of my turn and then I'll move on to them. But yeah, I don't have any bonus action that I'm gonna take.
Yeah, you'd have to quicken something.
Yeah, and I don't have any sorcery points left. So
fair reason not to do that.
I am going to stick my lions on some bullywogs.
Okay, they have all been hit, so
yeah, they're just gonna pick one and
alright, go ahead.
Maul.
Sure. 17 hits. Dead. The lion rips through 1. Second lion. 22 hits. Rips through another bullywug. So the lions just run up and just destroy 2 of these bullywugs. There is 2 left. Both are hurt. And then it is Rosman's turn.
Alright.
You have 2 puppies.
Yeah, I got 2 puppies. I think I'm just gonna start off by sticking them on the last 2.
Sure.
So, that's 15.
Yep, that's good enough.
Right, and then that's 10.
Yep, he's dead. The lion rips the throat out of that guy.
And natural 20.
Yeah, well, go ahead and roll the damage, even though you won't, just so you can see
I'm
it.
sure that's. I don't care.
Alright, so
it's
then...
not me doing it, it's them.
Alright, so they rip through all of them. So the only enemy left is Farblex behind the counter, behind his desk.
Okay, so I'll just move forward so that. Well, I'll move them so that they're closer to him.
Sure.
And then I will go ahead and just get close enough so I can produce flame him.
Okay. I mean, you can produce flame, I think, from like 60 feet away. So.
30 feet.
30 feet? Alright, yeah, you're close enough, but he does have 3/4 cover because he's behind it.
Well, can I fly up?
Sure.
So I can see?
It is only 10-foot ceiling, so I'll give him half cover.
Okay.
So that he has a +2 to his AC.
That wouldn't do anything.
So that's gonna miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You also do notice that he has studded leather armor, he does have a shield, and he has a spear.
Okay.
Just throw that out there. Alright,
Cool.
then it is... All the bullywugs are dead. Lux, it is your turn.
So okay, so they're all dead. So he's just up, right?
He's just there, he's crouched behind his desk. Yeah.
Get a new tattoo, Lux.
Right. God, should I? Should I not? Yeah, what the hell? I'm gonna go into a rage.
Sure.
And yeah, I'm gonna go towards him. Can I?
Yeah, you can absolutely make it there and leap over his desk if you want.
Cool. And this is gonna be reckless attack.
Oh, alright, yeah. Going all for it. Let's see it.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't have
Natural 20.
Fucking shit.
That's
Alright.
my-
That is gonna hit for 24 points of damage. And you don't have brutal critical yet, so just 24 points of damage. So he, you leap over the desk and cleave into this guy, with one strike. It is still your turn, and you have a second strike, again at advantage.
Yup. Here I go again.
Fucking get out of here! Get the fuck out right now with your bullshit here.
Look,
The dice
get out.
gods have blessed me.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, the dice gods.
Seriously. Alright.
Oh my god, that's a thing of beauty.
So he is surprisingly, even after all of that, he is still alive. But
Does
he
Look like shit.
he does look like shit. I mean, he's a bullywug, so he kind of always looks like shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else, Lux?
I'm just gonna stare at him down. Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
All right. Well, it's the lizard folks' turn. And Snapjaw walks up, and Snapjaw fucking pulls out his trident and crits with the inspiration of Lux's just battle cry and reckless rage. He leaps over the desk, and with trident in air coming down, he says, this is for my people, and he brings the trident down through his head, and that's actually enough damage to do it, and pierces, and he does an extra 3d6, right, which is, yeah, because it's skew, and he pierces through Farblex's stupid head.
I'm
he
sad that this
dies.
wasn't one of the fate die for you to be like, you've got a case of the Mondays.
It would have been great, but I didn't even need it.
Oh my god.
Um,
Can you just say it anyway, Ten?
Nope. I should have said it to Light before she rolled her attacks, and I could have been like, but I didn't. So, he skewers this guy through the head, and he is dead.
Oh my god. That was beautiful. Good job, ladies and gents.
Are there still people left?
No, you've killed everyone
Okay.
here.
Awesome.
And you
Move
can
the building.
see in his room, he does have a wooden chest.
This music is terrifying.
I need to turn it up.
Oh, I didn't mean to put this music on. That's for a different part of the game.
Oh no.
It was so menacing.
we'll change
I'm not
it
gonna open that shit.
That's when Mir takes her love of murder and just kills the whole group.
You see that he did have 2 large tomes on his desk, and there is a chest. He has a chest in the room as well.
I'd like to look at the tomes, please.
They are both spell books with
A lot of wizard shit in this area.
Yes. From a quick glance, I'll just tell you that one looks like it belonged to a 7th level spellcaster and one to a 9th level spellcaster. So 4th and 5th level spells.
I would like to take his hat and give it to this Snapjaw or Lockjaw?
Snapjaw.
Snapjaw. And be like, you've earned this.
And he takes it.
Oh,
And
he looks so good.
He does. He looks great. It's the double jaw. Yeah. The only thing in the room is the chest.
Weird.
Are you gonna go check out the chest, Mir? Okay. You get to it, and it does not appear to be locked.
Can I do like for traps?
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay, as you go over to look at the chest, you see that it isn't locked, but you notice that the ceiling is full of some sort of clay pots. There are 6 clay pots concealed in the ceiling above the chest.
That seems like a trap.
That seems like a trap. Can it be like dragged away from there?
You can certainly try.
I don't know.
You can see if you can disarm the trap. Or figure out how it works or something.
Can I do that?
Sure. Make me an investigation check.
Oh, I just recently became like an expert at this, didn't I?
No, but you're still pretty good at it. That's good enough. You realize that you could just take the pots down, and then they can't fall on you.
Okay. That wasn't a very sophisticated trap.
No.
Take them down.
Alright, you have 6 clay pots.
Okay.
And then there's a chest.
Okay, I would
Are
like
they in the pots? Or are they just pots? Like literally they were just gonna
I don't want to open
They
them.
have lids on them.
Oh.
If you'd
I
like
put
to
it-
open them.
I
do
put an
not
ear up
open
to one.
them.
You put your ear up to one.
Yeah.
If you you listen to the pot.
I listen to the pot.
And let's see. It doesn't sound like there's anything in the pot. Do you shake the pot? I'm curious. I don't know.
There's a lid on it, right?
There is a lid.
Yeah, shake it.
It sounds like there may be something inside the pot. It doesn't sound like liquid.
Ooh.
Lux will kind of look at Adela and be like, maybe we'll test this outside.
I'm just thinking maybe we should put it in the hole.
Okay, but let's secure to the top of it.
Yeah, we can just make sure that the lids can't open.
And then if somebody pursues us, we'll just throw it behind us.
Yeah, exactly. It could be great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take some of my rope and cut off a piece so I can wrap it around both ways so the top's secure.
Okay. Yeah, so you tie the lid to the pot, and it seems secure. So you use your rope to tie all 6 pots.
Just one, ladies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
One?
Tell me.
We don't need to take all of them. I'm just curious.
I guess if you, it sounds, I mean, I guess this could make sense. When you shake it, it sounds like, it's hard to say, but it sounds basically like there's powder, like it's like flour, if that makes sense, like flour or powder or something in there. So there is something moving, but like it's not liquid, right? It's hard
like
to think.
Sand or something.
Like sand, yeah, something like that, yeah.
I still say that we leave it just for funsies to throw behind us someday.
Yeah, it could be great.
Okay, put it in the hole. Open up one.
All right, so yeah, it specifically says unbroken clay
Maybe
pots
we
can be
always want
saved as
to-
grenades.
Maybe we set our own trap one day. I don't know.
The Belladonnas set a trap? No, we feed things.
Okay, so you have this. Mir, you open the chest. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
Perhaps it was a trap to incite the greedy.
Perhaps. Good thing I'm so perceptive.
Good thing. All right. So, where would you guys like to go?
Do we want to keep exploring, or do we want to do the teleport circle?
Is this is probably it, right?
There's a couple spots you haven't checked out, but you know, I mean, like just air. You didn't go past the frog through the water.
I don't wanna.
And there was that one little cavern to the northeast, like where the water was that you guys didn't go look in, but that's it.
Do we care? Is the question.
I mean,
That is the question.
Yeah, I don't know that I care too much.
Me either. I want to do a special word and see the stuff.
Yeah. Let's go.
Do we want to rest before we do this, though?
I'm okay. I'm only 2 points down, and
I mean, I'm not bad like health wise, but I don't have any sorcery points. All of my magical items have used most of their charges.
do you get them back on a short rest?
I mean, like
Oh.
rest.
She means
Well, our lions and our guys. Well, I can call them back, but our lions will be gone.
Okay.
Yeah, for 7 days.
We can go through. I'm totally fine with that. I just want to know if anybody else. I mean,
I will tell you, I don't have any more rage.
Oh, girls, we need to work on saving. I mean, the other thing is we don't know how the tides of the war upstairs are gonna go. You know, that's my only other concern, because there is still a war happening.
At that point, Snapjaw says, "Do not worry, we will handle."
I was gonna say, I'm like, I think they got it under control.
Okay. I mean, I don't care. I like a little nappy nap, and I could finally form my cuddle puddle. So,
But like, we can always go through and rest, I guess. I don't know. I'm just worried that we're gonna go through and they're gonna be just surrounded by people.
Yeah, it's the only thing. So if we,
I've still got a lot of spells left. I just can't use sorcery points.
it's up to you guys. I want you guys to do whatever makes us feel best and whatever makes sure everyone's safe. So,
And I don't get the lines back for a week.
Correct.
yeah,
so how long do you have on them?
like half an
30
hour
minutes.
at this point.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe half an hour.
Okay. Mir, any input? Any thoughts?
I mean, I can go as long as.
You know what? It's worked well for us through this whole thing. Let's just go for it. Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Sure. Go for it.
Woo!
All right. So we walk up. You go into that room,
Yeah.
and then you say something, maybe.
I go towards the portal and I say Drazier. Drazier?
Yep. As you do that, all the runes consecutively light up on the floor, and it starts to glow. The circle glows.
Ooh.
Oh, I feel like I'm in Steven Universe and we're going up through the big gem thing. No. Anyway.
Yeah, let's say it looks like that.
Ooh.
So, what would you like to do?
What should we go?
Were you
Let's
guys
go.
going
That's what we're
through it?
doing.
Is that
Let's
the
go.
plan?
Let's go.
Okay, so you step through the portal. You guys are all teleported. Dark pine woods are all around on the slopes of a mountain valley. The air is cold and fresh. 2 ancient stones stand to either side of you, and no more than a bow shot ahead along a path is a large house, with stone on the ground, timbers above. Within sight are more standing stones. Pine branches shift and sway in a gusting, fitful wind. A squirrel chitters and then falls silent. This is the house you see.
Oh, it's pretty. I want to live there.
We're outside a house.
You are outside. You are in the woods. But outside the house, yeah.
Oh, nice. Unexpected. This is not what I expected. Does there seem to be any like movement around the house or anything? Do I get a sense of where we are in the world?
Nope, you're in the woods somewhere. By a house. And you can choose to explore if you wish.
Is this a good point? Maybe we should stop for the night? Or...
We can totally do that.
I know
Beautiful house. Stuff of
Yeah.
nightmares.
I would like to stop for the night, and then maybe we will explore this house next time.
How irritated are we going to be in 2 weeks when we come back? It's like 2 seconds. It's just like nobody's in the house smoking.
I doubt that it's going to be.
I know.
Somehow, I also doubt that.
But if it is, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming out to check out this episode of Hoard of the Dragon Queen. With the Belladonnas successfully cleared Castle Naerytar, as what we called it. So they have appeared somewhere else outside in the woods, and that is where we will pick up in 2 weeks' time to see what happens with the Belladonnas adventures. And next Monday, if you're curious why I said 2 weeks, it's because the Monday that the Belladonnas don't play is our Princes of the Apocalypse game. So I will put out this little link in the chat here. So that is the link to, that's the level of all the characters, but that is also the link to each of their character sheets contained on nerdimmersion.com. Lux is the only one that's up to date. The other ones I need to update or need to have updated so that we can have them all be level 6 characters on the website. So that is the thing. And then again, also, if you're unaware, we have a giveaway going on currently. It goes until the 19th. It's to win some awesome dice and then cool gaming storage stuff by the folks at Elderwood Academy. They're our good friends, so you can do that. So that's a thing. And then, yeah, tomorrow night will be behind me at the table here playing Tomb of Annihilation. We are within 1 to 2 games before finishing the entirety of Tomb of Annihilation, the campaign. When that ends, we may just do a Q&A after that. But basically, the 30th of January and the last Tuesday of every month, Jake is going to be running an evil campaign. So I will be playing in that. And then the other remaining Tuesdays out of the month will be a brand new homebrew campaign of my own design, and Katie has had a lot of input into that as well. So it's a homebrew world with all new characters and a lot of crazy stories and stuff to explore, so be sure to tune in for that. And then this Wednesday is It Builds Character, where I am building Leroy Jenkins. So, the It Builds Character from last week was Ocarina of Time Link. That will come out on Wednesday. So, alright. Thank you guys for coming and checking everything out. Well, guys, thank you again for playing. I hope that things went well. We did a lot. You did a lot today. You should feel accomplished.
Yes.
You cleared a lot of stuff.
2 sessions in a row, we've been productive.
Yeah, we're just powering through things.
And
It didn't work out for Ava, but it worked out for us, apparently.
and you didn't miss out on too much.
Yes.
Frogs really freaked you guys out, though.
Yeah, we got nervous about that frog. I was just waiting for like a big like toad mouth to just like Kirby us, just like meow.
There were another 12 of those frogs.
Oh Jesus.
If you had gone into the water, it started croaking, and then all 13 of them come after you.
Yeah, no.
Glad we didn't do that.
The only thing you missed was some treasure, basically. The one corner was where that pool was. There was like 1,800 gold worth of treasure, but because it's in the water, there's also a gray ooze in the water, but you can't see it because it's clear in the water. So if you try to like reach for it, you get attacked by the ooze.
Yeah, no thanks. We're
So,
good.
Yeah, we got a ton of treasure in the hole, so.
Yes, Mir's hole is full of treasure.
But you know what treasure we'll never get back? Poppy.
We're going back for her. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't know where you are, but you are very, very, very far away from Poppy.
Those Roadhouse people are selling our horses in a hot second. Like, they're not just going to keep them there forever.
I hope she breaks free. She's a really strong, independent woman.
You are roughly, I don't know, 3,000 miles away from Poppy at the moment.
Why don't I know transport via plants?
Because you're not high enough level.
Why am I so weak? Ted, level me up.
Maybe next time. So anyway, guys, thank you for coming and checking everything out. We're going to jump off here, so I hope you enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye guys.
That was my
Bye,
favorite.
guys.
Thank you. Bye.